Happy Friday, Millbrook. I'm curious, what are your favorite traditions? Growing up in my house, one of my favorite holiday traditions was going to see a movie on Thanksgiving Day. After all of the meal had been enjoyed, after plates were being cleared, all of the cousins would gather in the living room and we would call the movie theater. We would listen to the audio recording, list out the movies and the show times. We would load up into cars and go to the movies. Almost a dozen of us. It was so much fun to go into a movie theater that's almost empty and act like we had a private showing on a holiday. There was something so fun, something so anticipatory about picking what movie and what we would do, but we always knew Thanksgiving was going to be spent together over a meal and a movie. So I'm curious, what are some of your favorite traditions? And I want you to think not just about your favorite holiday traditions, or maybe even some of your favorite secular traditions like a cookout on 4th of July. But let's get deep and think about what are the traditions of your faith that you hold on to as treasured. Maybe it's the midnight Christmas Eve service, or maybe it's getting here for the sunrise service on Easter. Perhaps you have favorite hymns that you sing, or favorite prayers or creeds or scriptures that you recite. What are the traditions of our church and of your faith that you honor and treasure as special and sacred? You see, the thing about traditions is that they bring us a sense of comfort, a sense of peace. I often hear from people who say, my faith is getting a little dry. I'm hitting a dry spell in my relationship with God, so I must need to try something new. And it's true. Trying new things in our faith can invigorate us. But there is something so comforting about these age-old traditions that we take part in our church. What would it be like when you're hitting that dry spell in your faith to sing hymns, to recite prayers, to participate in a special service at church? The traditions of our past can indeed bring us comfort and connect us to God in the present and in the future. I see it time and time again how these treasured traditions of our faith root and ground us. They're a centering point between us and the sacred. They can carry us through the highs and lows of life and in death. It is true that even at the end of our days, there is something so comforting about gathering for communion or hearing the words to our favorite scripture. These traditions that you form now in the life of our church do indeed carry us into the next life, into deeper relationship with God. So friends, I encourage you this week, pause and reflect on what traditions connect you most deeply with something sacred.